Hi, I'm Daniel Ventura. This is the ProMix Academy and welcome to the Beginners Weekly Workout Program. So this workout plan is aimed at beginners, for those of you who haven't worked out for a while or those who are completely new to it. Now, as a beginner, you don't want to go in guns blazing, you want to take it easy. So I've structured it to work out Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So you get that all important rest day in between each. Now, I'm not going to focus on one body part in particular too much in 1 hour because I want to break you in gently into this workout. Make sure you go down to the link in the description to get the full workout plan. So for Monday's workout will be back and chest, so pushing and pulling. I'll keep these very simple exercises so as a beginner you won't be bombarded and get confused in the gym. First up, we'll start off with a chest press on a machine. The rep range will be slightly higher than I would give to someone who's more intermediate or advanced. So I'd like you to pick a medium to heavy weight, something that will push you but not kill you. I'd like you to do 20 reps. So for example, when you're in a chest press machine, you're going to be pushing out in front of you, which will be working the triceps. Whenever you push, you use your triceps and also your pectoralis major and minor. Now, when you perform a contraction, you'll be pumping blood into this muscle here on both sides, of course, and you'll be filling up what's called a muscle belly. As the muscle belly starts to fill up with blood with each repetition that you do, the muscle fibers will start to be pushed apart and eventually they'll tear, and it's what's called micro tears. Now don't worry, it's not as bad as it seems. This is how you grow muscle. You have to tear a muscle, and then when you go to sleep at night, the muscle fibers fuse back together again. They form a little bond of scar tissue in between, and it's microscopic, so it's not a huge amount, but that will make the muscle bigger and stronger. Now here's a tip. When you're performing your repetitions, so let's say you're in the gym, you're pumping out these chest presses, there will come a point where you'll start to feel a pain sensation. Now it's only at that point that you're going to be creating a micro tear, and that pain sensation is triggered by lactic acid. So it sends a pain signal to your brain to say, stop doing what you're doing, you're actually breaking the muscle. But we want to try and ignore that sensation and carry on. Now, when you're feeling that pain sensation, you're making a physical tear in the muscle. If you can do at least 5 to 10 reps with it burning, that will guarantee that you're making some significant gains and you're growing muscle. Now, on Wednesday, I want you to work on your legs, but I don't want you to do a full hour on your legs because as a beginner, you might not be able to walk for a week afterwards and you may never come back to the gym. So that's something we want to avoid at all costs. So we're going to split the workout into a superset. One exercise will be a leg exercise followed by a shoulder exercise. So while all the blood is entering into the muscle bellies into your legs, your shoulders get a break, and in the flip side of that, of course, your shoulders will get a break while your legs are working out. So that will be our Wednesday's workout. Thursday, you'll be resting again. And moving on to Friday's workout, we're going to be improving your cardiovascular performance and also increasing your core strength. Rectus abdominis, obliques, and transverse abdominis. So on Monday, we'll be doing a push-pull combination, working the chest muscles and the back muscles. This is what's called a superset. Now, the benefits of doing a superset is when you're pushing, you're using your triceps and your chest muscles, and when you're pulling, you're using the opposite muscles, the biceps and the back. And because of this combination, one side of your body gets filled up with blood, you create micro tears in one side of your body, and then while that side is resting, of course, you can perform reps on the other side and then get the same effect on the other side. So by doing this back to back, one side of your body is getting a rest while the other one's working until the end of your workout. Now, this beginner workout plan, which is the same as any workout plan that you choose to impose, will only work for 4 to 6 weeks. Now, the human body is very clever and very resilient. So whatever you introduce to the body, whether it's prescription drugs, alcohol, or even exercise, after a while, your body will get used to it and the effects will be far, far less. So if you want to grow significant muscle, it's very important that you change your workout about 4 to 6 weeks, because that at that point, that's when you'll start to plateau and the exercises will stop working. Now, for example, I know guys that go to my gym and I've seen them for 15 years doing the same exercises time and time again, and their bodies haven't changed a bit. So I encourage you not to be one of those guys and change your workout regularly. So 4 to 6 weeks is the perfect time frame. Now, a question I get asked a lot of the time is, what sort of rest period should I be doing in between the superset? So when you're pushing and you're pulling, how long do you want to rest for? Now, me personally, I do 5 deep breaths. So I take a massive deep breath, fill up my lungs, hold it in for 2 seconds, breathe out through my mouth. I do that 5 times and that will prepare me for the next set. Now what I'm doing, obviously I'm giving my body a rest, I'm letting the lactic acid dissipate from the muscles, but also I'm giving my body a huge amount of oxygen to regenerate those blood cells, fill those blood cells full of oxygen again, which will pump around my body and obviously give me the power that I need for the next set. So try 5 deep breaths, hold it in for 2 seconds and breathe out through your mouth, and then you're ready to go. So as a beginner, you may experience something called DOMS. Now, DOMS is an acronym, DOMS, and it stands for Delayed Onset of Muscle Soreness. And what this basically means is that after you've done a workout, you've torn your muscles. So I'll give you a visual example. When you make a micro tear in a muscle, the fibers split apart like that. And when you go to sleep at night, those muscle fibers fuse back together and you form another tighter bond with some scar tissue in between, which makes a muscle stronger. Now, similarly to, let's say, for example, you cut your skin and you've got a cut there and you scab over. There comes a point after a couple of days when the scab will become itchy and you'll want to start to pick it off. And it's exactly the same process internally. Of course, you can't see it because your muscle is covered with skin, but deep down inside, where your muscle fibers are fusing back together, it will have a sort of itchy and sore and tender effect. And of course, there's a residue of lactic acid, which is the stuff that caused that pain signal in the first place. Now, one way of stopping or speeding up the recovery from DOMS is by having a cold ice bath or even a cold shower, which is something I advocate and I do myself every single day. Now, if you want to transform your body, supplementation, of course, will help, and eating the right foods and make sure you're getting the right calories in versus the calories out will also be extremely important. Now, as a personal trainer, I get 2 types of people that come to me on a regular basis. Those who are endomorphs, people that put on weight very easily and struggle to lose weight, and also ectomorphs, and those are typically taller, thinner people that find it hard to put on muscle and find it hard to put on weight. Depending on your personal goal, supplementation is key. So if you were an ectomorph body type and wanted to put on some muscle, I'd suggest that you eat more calories than you're burning off, and also increase your carb intake. So you wouldn't be following a ketogenic diet for this example. If you were an endomorph, someone who struggled to lose weight, then it's very important that you're eating less calories than you're burning. So work out how many calories that you need to be consuming on a daily basis to stay the same, and make sure you fall short by about 500 calories. So create a calorie deficit of about 500 calories, and slowly but surely, if you're consistent, of course, you'll start to see your body change. If you like this workout, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you go down to the link in the description to get the full workout plan.